friends, so part of our holistic life. Welcome to all of you for the holistic lifestyle. So let's understand part of our holistic lifestyle today. Walking is the best exercise. What is it? Walking is the best exercise. So friends, so especially every one of us, so as we go on in our life, isn't it? We will be suffering with various number of diseases. So various number of diseases, physical diseases. Okay, the physical diseases are bothering to many of the people. So how these diseases will come? So these diseases will come because of, especially whenever your own the resistance power, so called, so roga nirodhaka, roga nirodha shakti, that is your own resistance power comes down in your physical body. So then what happens? So the diseases will be started happening within you. And also with respect spiritual perspective, we have been learning. So throughout so many sessions, your own physical mind, conscious mind, whatever all the negative things are going on, all these negative activities, negative thinking, negative words, whatever you do, that is going to introduce so many diseases into your physical body, isn't it? They are called psychosomatic diseases, friends. They are how much percentage? 95% diseases are psychosomatic disease, which we need to remember, right? So that is why, friends, to come out of all these diseases, what we need is we need a disciplined life. We need certain kind of a activities which has to be taken place in our life. One of such kind of a we must be accomplishing, we must be doing every day morning, the right walking. I mean, the enough amount of walking, enough amount of pranayama, enough amount of yogasanas, enough amount of surya namaskars, physical exercises, and finally meditation and pranayama. All this must be done by everybody every day. I mean, in the morning, whatever the time you allocate, either in the morning time, my morning time is the best for it, and if at all not possible in the evening, so everybody must accomplish these things, then your physical health will be always great. So one of that is walking is the best exercise, friends. Walking the best exercise. What it does everything for you. All your physical movement of every organ will be taken place, and it also gives you, whenever you go for a walking means don't walk on the treadmill, don't run on the treadmill, don't walk on the treadmill. That's very the what you call unnatural practice. Why it is called unnatural practice? Because whenever you go out for the walking, you'll be walking on the street along with your friends. The good companion will be there. Along with that, you'll be breathing a fresh air. Whenever you go into the park for a walking, what do? You go on breathing fresh air. That is going to give you good amount of oxygen for your physical body, and then your health also becomes better. So that is why, along with that, you are walking. Your walking should be, it's especially the walking. Walking must be long enough. Walking need not be speed enough. Speed is not the important factor, but whereas how long you have walked, how slowly and how long you have walked, that matters a lot. So that's why, so you need to be, no, you need to be remembering all these points, my dear friends. Now, the walking, whenever you do walking, what happens? Especially when you walk, you have, especially the walking also, if you do with a barefoot, that is going to give you multifold benefits, if possible. So how much ever distance is possible, do on the barefoot, right? And if at all not possible, of course, with the kind of a just small smooth a smooth surface of a chappals or whatever, right? So generally you will be using, that's okay. Otherwise, with a barefoot, if you walk to the distance possible, your own the underneath of the every foot, you have lot of acupressure points, lot of energy centers. They all will be pressed. They all will be pressed properly, and then what you get? You get a right health. All the energy centers will get activated when you are walking like this. So then what will happen when when the energy centers are activated? You gain all the great health. Any diseases are there, diseases will also disappear, friends. That is why walking is very, very important like this. At the same time, when you walk, what will happen? The energy within you will be consumed, isn't it? The energy within you, it will be consumed. Especially this walking must be taken place after, so-called, after your the excretion, the stool excretion. In the morning, after you wake up, of course, you drink lukewarm water of 3 to 4 glasses, or 3/4 liter, or 1 liter. After that, you expel all the unnecessary, all the stools from your physical body. That's called excretion, mala visarjan. Once it is over, then start walking. When you start walking, what will happen, friends? So there are so many benefits as we keep discussing now. And especially when you are walking, you will be spending some energy. You will be consuming, or you will be burning some calories of energy. What is that energy? Bodily energy, right? Bodily energy. What is that bodily energy? Glucose, isn't it? So how much glucose will be there in us? There is about 5 to 6 liters of the blood which is flowing through our physical body. It is flowing through how much? 5 to 6 liter. How much glucose will be there? Should be there all the time. 5 to 6 grams. 5 to 6 grams must be there within us. So when 5 to 6 grams energy is there, what it does? It is going to make energy available for all organs to work. Every organ need the energy, right? That physical energy is called glucose. This glucose will be supplied to all the organs. They'll be working fine when there is a 5 to 6 grams of glucose within your physical body, isn't it? So that's how it happens. But when you are walking, what will happen? You will be consuming the same energy. Whatever the energy you are talking about, that will be consumed. How much it will be consumed? For every 15 minutes of walk, 1 gram of glucose will be consumed. Then what will happen? So when you walk for 75 minutes continuously, then will be how much energy will be burning? It will be burning about 5 to 6 grams of glucose will be burned. Then all the glucose is burnt within your blood. So by walking 75 minutes in a particular day, in a given day, then what will happen? Now you don't have any energy in the blood now. Then what the body does? The body immediately what it does is it tries to melt down. It tries to convert all the fat cells, all the so-called the so-called bad cholesterol cells, all this into glucose. This is the mechanism of the body. That's the natural mechanism of the body. Whenever you don't supply any food to the physical body, you have walked for a 75 minutes, all the glucose is consumed. Now the body also needs for its own functionality, it needs more energy, more glucose. That glucose will be generated by converting your fat cells, extra fat cells, all the extra, whatever so-called you can say cholesterol, that cholesterol, bad cholesterol also will be converted into glucose. The same glucose is utilized by your physical body, all the physical organs. That's how, friends, you become lean. Your weight loss will happen when you walk every day consistently. That's why we say for a weight loss management, the walking is the best mechanism. Walking is the best exercise. That's how we have to say. That's how we have to utilize this walking in a most the sensible way, friends. So these are the greatest benefit of walking, right? So at the same time, what happens, friends? So as I told you, the walking through treadmill, all these things, please avoid it. Always please avoid it. And also, cycling is the best exercise. Cycling also you can do in the morning. Is the best exercise. Is also going to consume any extra calories, extra the so-called bad cholesterol, and also along with the bad cholesterol, extra fat cells, all that will be consumed if you do cycling. And also swimming is the best exercise again, right? If you are less than 40, you can still learn and do it. If you are more than 40, you may not be able to do. You don't need to adapt it. Okay, that's also very important. So with the swimming also, I will try to consume all my extra unnecessary fat cells, unnecessary fat energy, and also the bad cholesterol, LDL, will be also converted into glucose, and I will try to utilize whenever I am doing more and more swimming also. This happens, friends. Now, the sad part of it is, the sad part of the thing is, so what will happen is because of our wrong lifestyle and food style, what happened? Suddenly, after coming back from the walking, then I start drinking coffee or tea. Then what will happen? Suddenly, the amount of glucose jumping into the spike in your own blood, that blood sugar jumping will be too much. How much it goes? So instead of 5 to 6 grams, what is required, it goes abnormally about 40 grams, 30 grams, whatever it may be. Even if you eat any ice cream or if you eat any sugar sweet, right? Or if you drink any kind of a cool drink, any kind of a soft drink, what happens? Suddenly 45 to 50 grams of your blood sugar will spike up. So now, how do you do that? How do you melt it? If you get so much, by having all these kind of a so-called junk foods, or you can say the unscientific food, right? All this if you do, suddenly you may find about 150 grams of sugar spike up within your blood. Then how do you consume this? You have no mechanism to consume this. You must be walking. How much you should walk, in order to the melt down all this 150 grams? You must be walking about 30, so-called 30 hours. So is it possible? Is it practicable? No, it's not practicable. That is why what happens? The extra glucose energy within your physical body. So that will be converted into fat. That will be converted into so-called bad cholesterol. That will be converted into triglycerides. That will be converted into extra glucose in packets. All this happens within you naturally. So by the our own body mechanism, then you will get into the diseases, all kind of diseases. You become type 1, type 2 diabetic, you get heart problems, you get high BP, every possible disease will come and attack us, friends. That is why be careful, be so choosy, be so choosy about your own food style, your own lifestyle. So friends, so likewise, so this walking especially is going to burn all the unnecessary fat cells, unnecessary bad cholesterol, that's called LDL. So friends, not only this, what happens is, especially in America, Harvard University has conducted one great research on its own alumni, the previous students of the university. So as you know, Harvard University is very old university. It has got all its old students. So they are about 80s, 90s, and some people might have already passed away, because it's hundreds year, more than 100 years of university of this particular Harvard University, or the Harvard University. Now, one research they would like to conduct on their all the alumni. What is the research? Who is the most happiest person? Who is the most happiest person? The person who is living with a great amount of happiness and living without any diseases. They would like to bring the facts, right? By so-called researching on their own alumni students. Now they started. So when they started, and they have done lot of so-called interviews and so many discussions with their all the old students. Each and every old student will be somewhere living in a different countries and all these things. So they're all in the old ages. Some people are 80s, 90s, isn't it? All that, whatever. So they started research, and they done research, so thorough research, and then they publish the results. What are those results? So three facts have been published by Harvard University. The first fact is, so people who have taken alcohol, who used to consume alcohol, they died so very early. That is the number one. Number two, tobacco. Whoever was consuming tobacco, they also died faster. That also one of the fact finding. The third finding is, friends, whoever is having, so I mean, has spent a good amount of time with the great friends around him, the good friends around him, he has lived very long life and healthy life. That means that is the importance of so-called the friends and companion around you, friends. So this is how we need to understand. So this is what we try to understand about today about the walking. Walking is the best exercise, and especially friends, running is not at all recommended for the human being. And let me tell you, anybody, the youngsters, maybe about 30 years and less than, so they can do so-called jogging. If at all required, jogging you can do. Then what is not required? They should not do any running. Nobody should do any running, because we are the two-legged animal. We are not the four-legged animal like a dog, like any other animal. We are not the four-legged animal. Four-legged animals are fit for so-called running, and two-legged animal like a human being not supposed to do running. if any athletes and all these sports people, they, all the runners, the so-called the experienced runners, right? Experts. So what they do, what will happen is by the time they grow old age, so what will happen is their so-called knee joints, and so especially the at the foot joints, right? So these joints will be bad, so very badly damaged. They suffer a lot. They start developing all the unnecessary side effects with respect to the joints, joint pains. So they suffer in the old age. So that is the reason, friends. So never do the running. Avoid the running. We are not supposed to run any amount of, any distance. We are not supposed to run. Human being not supposed to run. Please avoid the running. Okay. And especially after 30 years of age, always it's preferable to walk slowly and long. That is more than enough, isn't it? So please do that. So this is how we need to understand about the running. So the running is very bad for health, so never do the running. So this is what we need to understand. Okay.